Well, how much garlic did we grow this year? I don't know. That's that's what I'm going to find out in this video. I'm going to show you what we did and how you can have garlic that you grew and store it so that it stays fresh for a long time, and basically what's been happening here. So this is the garlic that we grew this year. You saw it in another video where we just did a quick glimpse of what we harvested. This is hardneck varieties here because we live up north. And basically what you want to do is when the garlic starts turning pitiful looking, it starts turning brown and dying, what you'll want to do is get them out of the ground and take as much of the dirt, but be gentle with them because they're real soft. They still have a real high moisture content, and just kind of get as much dirt off, but you don't have to get too crazy with it because that'll come a little later. And then hang it or lay it out flat somewhere where it will stay dry. That is the most important because you're trying to dry the garlic out. This is called the curing stage, and it needs to stay in a place that it would be best if it was dark and cool, but we don't have the room, so we use dark and just pretty much hot. So you gotta have no light though, no direct sunlight, and then you gotta have adequate circulation. We just use a box fan set on a crate here, and turn it on high, get as much circulation. Make sure that all your garlic's getting some wind and good circulation. You do that for 2 weeks minimum, and some people say just 2 weeks. Some people say it doesn't matter how long you go with it. We like to do 2 weeks. This has been probably 3 weeks. Basically just got busy, but the next step will be taking the garlic down, cleaning the garlic better. What you'll want to do also is on these roots, the root system here that you see, you want to trim them off to maybe an inch, half inch. That's the max though. I usually leave about an inch. And then you'll want to cut the stem off, but you'll want to leave some as well. So I usually come up again probably a good inch or two and cut it. But you won't want to wash it with anything wet. Obviously, you just spend all this time to get them dry. So I'm going to take them down and clean them up, trim the roots, trim the stalk, and then I'm going to start weighing it, see just how much garlic that we ended up having that is cured and ready for storage. Well, this is the Music garlic hardneck variety, and this is what we ended up with. It was 38 head of garlic. If you when I say you clean them off, you basically, if you just take off the outer paper, and you don't want to take too much off. These are what is going to protect it, so it can stay good for you for a long time. So only peel back, until it looks somewhat decent. You're still going to get, where it's got some yellowing. And if you're going to use it, or if you're going to put it, give it to a friend or family member, what have you, neighbor, then you can go ahead and peel. The more layers you take off, the whiter and prettier it gets, and so. But for storing, you want to leave as much as possible, just getting kind of the dirt off of it and such. Some of them are bigger than others, but the kind of the sad part of this whole scenario is the biggest ones that you get, kind of like, oh, I don't know, this is a really large one. You can see how big this garlic is in comparison to this little thing here. But if you look at them, they're different sizes. This is probably like about what you see in the grocery store here, and then what you want is you'll want to get your largest ones, and you don't want to eat them. You want to replant them. So eat all but the very largest ones, because the larger the clove you have to start with, the larger the bulb will get when it matures. So this is, like I said, the Music 38 head. I'm very pleased and now I gotta start on the Roja. This is the Spanish Roja. So it was pretty surprising. This is 37 heads of garlic. So I thought that we had way more of the music garlic than the Roja, but it's 50-50 split. So it's just that the music took up so much more room and looked like so much more because they are well, they're bigger. They're consistently bigger head of garlic. You can see a lot of these. Some of these are, this is very large. This one is the biggest by far, and I would say that's comparable to a music garlic. But the cloves, once you get into this, the cloves you'll find are smaller. There's more of them and they're smaller. But on average, let me just kind of grab one here. This is kind of more of the average size of the Roja. And you can see you've got the really big one, and then you've got the one that's, this is the average size. So I'd say. One thing that we did get is a lot of splitting, and I don't know why, but all this garlic, it's fine, it just split. So you can see this is just something that will have to be eaten first. And then a lot of times on this garlic, we have these, I call them hitchhikers. I don't know what they are, but these little guys, and they'll come off real easy, but this is what they look like attached. It's just an extra clove of garlic that's just attached on the outside of the bulb. And I mean, they're fine. They taste the same, and everything's fine with them. But I do find that this variety seems to have these little hitchhikers, which is okay, but they're always small. So a lot of times they'll just get discarded when we have so much garlic to peel and prep for the freezer. We start culling the small ones because you're just, I mean, in all honesty, you're not going to get much of anything from something like that. So anyway, now I'm going to go weigh this garlic, and that'll be real interesting as well because I know how much the music weighs, and it's 38 heads, and this is 37 heads, and I'm going to include these split ones, but all of the garlic of one variety versus all of the garlic of the other, and then I'll let you know what the results are. Well, I got the numbers in, and it was a shocking difference. So, two varieties, they're both hard neck varieties. The cleaning of them and everything, it doesn't matter whether it's soft neck or hard neck. The only difference is with the soft neck, what you can do with them is you can braid them if you want to. We store ours in the basement over the winter in these mesh sacks you get at the Dollar Tree, and just hang them in a dark place, and they will last, like I said, for about 6-8 months max. You don't really want to push them that hard because some of them will start deteriorating, but 6 months is pretty safe. The music, like I have said, is bigger. The cloves are bigger. The heads are bigger. You get less cloves than the Roja, but the Roja, it does well here, so we're going to continue to grow them as well. If I could only grow one, it'd be the music. The tally for 38 head of the music variety was 6 pounds, and for the 37 heads of Roja was 3 pounds. So that just tells you just how much bigger one variety is than the other, and we ended up with 9 pounds of garlic. So we'll be scaling this back again. 9 pounds. We do eat a lot of garlic. We love garlic, and garlic's fun to grow. Like I've said before, if you love fresh garlic and you cook with it and you enjoy it, grow some. It's super easy. Just get you some quality garlic that you can use as your seed garlic. Plant more than you think you'll need of it, because you'll have to, of course, use it to replant it, and you'll want to use your largest ones. So the biggest, most beautiful garlic don't eat it, save it. So we'll be planning this somewhere around November for next year, and I will keep those aside specifically for replanting. I haven't decided yet. We did the year before last, we did 4 raised beds. We went down to 2, and I think for next year probably just get by with 1, because if we do between the 2 on a raised bed, I'm guessing, you know, at least half that, you'd get at least 4 pounds of garlic. And we have a ton of it in the freezer, and this is a lot of garlic. Like I said, it's probably a year's supply, but we still have a ton of it in the freezer, so we'll probably scale back, and we can always ramp back up next year if we need to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on our garlic harvest. Maybe some tricks you learned. We'll say this before I go. The other thing, I don't know if I mentioned this in previous videos, but what we find that works best for us is we'll store it down in the basement where it's cool and dark, like I said, and we'll use it from there. But when it starts, as we bring it up, we'll bring up extra, and we'll go ahead and peel it and freeze it, and that way we can have garlic that's frozen that tastes just like fresh garlic for over a year. We are eating on garlic that's about a year and a half old that was frozen, and it's still fantastic. So we will let you know if it makes it 2 years. Anyway, if you like our videos, subscribe, join us, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Thanks.